Labour is not pleased with the political change that is taking place, so today we will be discussing some significant reform news. Following a recent announcement, we will also review all of the most recent news from throughout the nation. However, before we do so, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and become a member of our rapidly expanding community. Just a quick one to say we have new Stuck Pharma t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at british.com or check the link in the description. Today we're diving into some intriguing by-election results that paint a clearer picture of the shifting political landscape. These results hint that recent opinion polls showing Labour's dip in support and a surge for Reform UK may be right on the money. Now it's worth noting that council by-elections don't always predict national outcomes, but they often reveal trends and voter sentiment, and judging by these results, Reform UK seems to be building serious momentum ahead of next year's May elections. Let's start in Kent, where Reform UK has secured not just one but two local council seats. These aren't insignificant wins either. Labour sent out MPs to campaign, showing how much was at stake. Despite the effort, it's Nigel Farage and the Reform UK team celebrating on Kent County Council. Reform UK captured over 29% of the vote, pushing in Labour to second place. Notably, the Conservatives dropped 10 points to just 15%, a worrying sign for them. Over on Dartford Council the story gets even more dramatic. Reforms jumped from almost nothing to take 31% of the vote and win the seat, while the Conservatives fell by 23 points. These aren't one-off wins. Reform UK is aiming for larger arenas, such as the Scottish Parliament, where proportional representation might provide them with a significant presence. Consider Glasgow, where the by-elections held last night provided some intriguing new information. Labour prevailed but lost support, and the SNP also suffered greatly. Reform UK didn't simply show up, they finished third in three different elections with vote shares of 13%, 133%, and an impressive 18% in the final seat, leaving the Conservatives and Greens far behind. There is some good news for the Conservatives, as they have gained seats from Labour in places like Gosport and from the Liberal Democrats in Somerset and Hemel-Stated. It's interesting to note that Reform UK didn't field candidates in those areas, which may have aided the Conservative wins, but these results highlight the ongoing battle for both Labour and the Liberal Democrats to hold their ground while Reform. What do you think of all this? Are we witnessing the start of a significant upheaval in British politics? Please share your ideas in the comments section below. The UK is making waves, particularly in the regions where they are concentrating their efforts. Following reports of a gunshot shortly before 11 p.m. Local police arrived at the site on Rotten Park Road in the Edgbaston area, where a man was shot dead and another badly injured in a violent event that occurred last night in Birmingham. Police in the West Midlands claim the second victim, a man in his 30s, was found at a nearby bus stop with serious injuries. He was taken to the hospital right away, where he is still in critical condition, after a man in his 20s was discovered unconscious in a car at the scene and was declared dead despite efforts to revive him. Authorities reacted quickly to investigate, apprehending a guy in his 30s at 12:30 a.m. on suspicion of murder. The suspect is being detained at this time while investigators try to put together what happened before the fatal gunshot. Detective Inspector Nick Barnes, who is in charge of the investigation for the West Midlands Police Homicide Team, addressed the seriousness of the situation in a statement. "This is a truly tragic incident. Our team has been working through the night to establish the full circumstances of what happened. While we've made significant progress, we still need to hear from anyone who was in the area at the time and hasn't come forward yet." As of this writing, police officers are still at the crime scene, and several nearby roads have been cordoned off as part of the ongoing investigation. Detective Barnes urged the public to share any footage from the area of the busy intersection near City Road at approximately 11 p.m., especially to anyone who may have recorded the incident on dash cams or cell phones. Even the tiniest detail could be crucial to our comprehension of the events that followed. He stated that authorities are urging anyone with knowledge to get in touch with them directly while the investigation continues. You can also use the charity to submit anonymous tips. The news has sent shockwaves through the town, and Crime Stoppers is making sure that anyone who might be reluctant to speak forward can still help bring clarity to the case for local citizens. Mohammed Fizzle, a local who lives next to a decaying park road, claimed to have heard gunshots while watching TV. I was watching TV when I heard 2 shots followed by a third, and 5 minutes later I saw the police's flashing blue lights, which is when I realized something serious had happened. He went on, "At first, I thought it might have been a crash because we frequently get accidents by the junction, but it quickly became clear that it was something far worse." As the investigation progresses, the police and local residents are left to deal with the unnerving reality of a violent crime in their midst. Authorities are urging anyone with pertinent information to come forward and help bring justice to the victims of this senseless act. A father of small children expressed his concern about the safety of the area, especially given the proximity